Welcome to Rooted and Radiant, a podcast dedicated to women's health and women's concerns with women's voices. Rooted and Radiant, hosted by Sarah Stagg with co-host Jessica Parker.
Hello and welcome to Rooted and Radiant. It's a podcast for women, by women, about how to live truly, holistically well. I am Sarah Stagg of the Ashland News Observer and Long Dog Yoga and Wellness. And this is Jessica Parker of Heaven Bound Earthstone Skincare and Life Coaching. Welcome to this podcast. Last session, we introduced and went over what it really means to live truly, holistically well. And it's the whole picture. It's a lifestyle. It is a consistent path to being healthy.
Yes.
So we went over that, and in that, we brought up the wheel of wellness, or the wellness wheel.
Yes.
It's something that you use in your life coaching for...
To establish a base of where we need to work at in order to get that holistic wellness that everybody's seeking. It's not just one piece. It is a fluid wheel all the way around so that it changes your lifestyle. So,
And there's 8 pie slices, so to speak, in this big wheel. Can we go over those, just the 8?
yes, so spiritual, emotional, occupational, intellectual, physical, environmental, financial, and social.
You got all 8. We are going to take one pie slice out today of the whole wheel, and we are going to talk about it, and it's the physical pie slice. And you know, there are so many things that we could talk about in the physical part of the wheel, but we're going to really narrow down on gut health because that's a problem.
Yes.
Gut health is a problem.
Our second brain.
Yeah, yes. So the gut is the second brain. Is gut health a new problem? Is it an old problem? Are we just learning new things about it to classify it as a problem? Kind of go over just why gut health is such a problem.
I think that it is just now getting to the point that people are realizing this is our second brain. That we are seeing people realize that without that true gut health, and it's more, I think people right now are seeking true healing. True, like what, they're not just looking to cover the disease, to cover the symptom. People are really starting to ask, what is the root cause? And so that leads us directly back to the gut most of the time. It's the root cause.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we're seeing now is people are wanting to know, how can I fix this for good?
Yeah, and you're hitting on something quite a few times in those words that you said. Fix it. Root cause.
Yes.
And something else that we've talked about before is the difference in alternative and traditional medicine.
Yes.
Alternative medicine is going to treat the symptoms. Let's use an example. If I go in to an alternative medicine doctor and I have acid reflux, he or she is going to treat the symptoms of acid reflux. If I go in to a holistically well coach like Jessica, she is going to treat the root. We're going to try to get down to the root. Acid reflux can be caused by lots of things. It can be a stress thing, can be the way you eat, lots of different, it can be the lining of your gut is not well. It's broken.
Yes.
It's not well.
And that goes so far back into your nutrition. And so, so it truly is. It is the root cause of when did this start? How did it start?
Yeah.
And what do we have to do to get to, and we're not going to say goal, I think we covered that. How do we create a lifestyle so this isn't a problem?
Right, so it's not an issue anymore. How does the gut get so out of whack? We don't wake up one day and all of a sudden everything's crazy. It almost is, building block on building block until...
It's a problem. And so really we see that start out with our food choices. And that and then our environment. And that is why holistic, we talk about the wheel, because even our environment plays a factor in our gut health.
Mhm.
And we even go into that into emotional plays a key factor in our gut health, but physically the foods we eat. And I think that right now as a society is probably the most unhealthiest our foods have ever been. And I see that changing nationally. We see different things coming every day. Even, so I was in Walmart yesterday and I seen naked Cheetos. And I had to pick it up and read it. And I mean, it was just, they took all the dyes out of them. And so, I mean, that's one step. And one step towards being healthy is one step closer than you were yesterday. So, buy the naked Cheetos if you're a Cheeto person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if
baby
that's
steps. We
one
talked
step.
about that. Baby steps.
Yeah, so I think as a whole, we're seeing our grocery store change. But it is truly, your gut gets out of whack because for so long we're stuffing toxins and we have bacteria build up, such as H. pylori, candida. We then go into parasites. So, and we've never cleansed anything. And I think the group you're around is kind of where you start noticing the issue. So with me, I've been here almost 4 decades. I'm not going to tell the whole truth. A woman doesn't reveal her age.
Right.
So we're at that age now where this has been it's stacked up.
Right. We've been here long enough for it to stack up.
Yes, and so I think that is where, and that's really the demographic of the clients that I have are around, we'll say 35 to 50, and it is because we're at that point of everything that we've done to our body or not done for our body, and we're seeking peace. We're seeking wholeness.
So you mentioned the way of eating, what we eat, and you said the D word, and I'm not a fan of the D word, and I know you're not either. Diet, I don't like that. It has the word die in it, so I try to steer clear of that, and I call it a way of eating. And we did talk about baby steps. If you see the naked Cheetos, get those instead of the Cheetos. But if you could build a perfect plate, what's on it?
Honestly, it is balance. There's more fiber. So when we think of fiber, I want you to think of a broom. And we almost think of fiber has fibers, right? It's sweeping, it's cleansing. So truthfully, a healthy balance of proteins and fibers, a small amount of carbs. Something that I love, okay, my perfect plate, I'm going to tell you, is probably, I'm going to go with shrimp. We're going to go more toward fish. We're going to go toward lean protein. Sweet potatoes, amazing. Not only, I mean, your eye health, like sweet potatoes are, I think, just, that's my thing, that's my go-to, but they have so much, we're keratin, biotin, they are packed vitamin A, vitamin C. You've got your healthy fibers, you've got the carbs that are going to sustain, and so that is where you want the balance of fiber. And when we talk about fibers, we're talking vegetables, fresh, whole vegetables. I get that a lot of times we have to go to that frozen food section, and that's great. Go to the frozen food section versus the canned food section. Don't go to canned food.
Say no to cans.
Yes, look, we're going to have to get shirts or signs made. Say no to cans. Because same, I tell everybody, go to that frozen food section. First of all, if you go to the fresh food section, so a game that me and and I say a game, it's just really, it was my way of putting a rule down to my kid without being like, this is how it is.
Yeah.
So you can only choose 2 middle aisles.
Yeah.
Mine is dark chocolate, by the way. Mine's the candy aisle, but 7. So we're talking gut health.
Yeah. When
a lot of times when we're talking whole foods, we immediately think the diet word.
Right.
Dark chocolate is amazing for you, but you have to go above 75% pure cocoa.
Yeah. And what she's talking about, the aisles in the grocery store, if you shop along that outer square, the outer edges, that's your Whole Foods. And then on the inner aisles is where you're going to get tripped up with preservatives and additives and the things that slow our gut down. In the gut, the colon, when it closes, what happens?
We get buildup.
And we're not going to the bathroom. And I mean, we say we're going to talk about the taboo things. We're going to talk about the taboo things. And I think a lot of women, I know for me, for a long time, I suffered in silence.
Yes.
I wouldn't tell anybody about this because, oh my gosh, I've got gas and bloating. That's not ladylike. That's not
Yes.
cool. That's not attractive. And so I would Google frantically and look and try to piecemeal together something that would work to make me feel right in my gut. And it's just, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. And you know, of course, we pray about it and praise God because He sent me on this path full of different people that have slowly been able to unravel, slowly, consistently, so that I'm able to maintain it, unravel my gut issues. What do you want to say to those women right now, maybe one, two, maybe a handful are watching who are suffering in silence?
Open your colon. And I know that is, like I said, the taboo topic. We don't want to talk about it. I have a gut health and detox class, and that is one of the first weeks, honestly, about a week before we start. I am like, get comfortable speaking to me about your bowel movement. Because without that, we're not eliminating waste. Mm-hmm. And when we're not eliminating waste, and when we talk about alternative medicine, it's amazing in a pinch. Mm-hmm. But you should not be relying mm-hmm. on medication on a daily basis mm-hmm. for your body to do what it naturally should do, which is mm-hmm. eliminate waste. Mm-hmm. And so we see skin issues. And that is something that I have an all-natural skincare company. And something that I'm big on is, I don't want to give you a Band-Aid. That is why I talk so much about gut health, because I can sell you skincare all day long, mm-hmm. and it may Band-Aid psoriasis, it may Band-Aid mm-hmm. eczema, but if we get in that gut, mm-hmm. we can fix it.
We can fix it.
And that is something I tell ladies, even that dark circles under our eyes, the mm-hmm. puffiness, mm-hmm. a lot of that goes back to our body is not eliminating what needs to be eliminated. Mm-hmm. And so it's your colon, your kidneys, and your liver. And the last exit is your skin. So if you're building toxins up and that colon's not mm-hmm. open and you're not flushing and you're not eliminating, if you're not getting enough water, and spring water, ladies, don't you be drinking tap water and purified water. Uh-oh. Like that is, I know, like every time.
I'm a huge tap water person.
And with a filter, I don't think it's awful.
I'm unfiltered.
I had a lady, and I do not know who told me this not long ago, that they checked the Ashley County, the Hamburg. No, this was Hamburg. I don't know how the water systems run.
Right.
But Hamburg was not that bad. It did not really have that much bacteria and chemical in it.
Excellent.
So good job, Hamburg. Collinston water is actually amazing.
Is that in Louisiana?
Yes, and it's not far, and it is like a locally owned water company. You can actually go fill up your water down there, and it's all run off a well. Just FYI.
Yeah.
But big spring water, because it doesn't have any heavy metals, mm-hmm. and that is a buildup that we get. And that creates bacteria. So when we talk about our colon not moving, we talk about our kidneys not flushing, we talk about our liver. Our liver is almost like a little... we talk about the broom. Uh-huh. So our liver is like the sponge that it comes to the liver mm-hmm. and it almost filters stuff out and it detoxes our blood and the cells and stuff. So we need those open. That last spot mm-hmm. is our skin. So when we start seeing those breakouts and everything, a lot of times it's because everything else isn't flowing.
Okay, we're going to take a pause right there, and we are going to hear from our sponsor, Dr. Brandy Hill of Hill Chiropractic Clinic. She is local. She is healing the world one spine at a time.
If you fell in the yard and felt something jar, call Hill Chiropractic. She's fantastic. If you sneeze and feel a crack, can't stand up, oh, my back. Call Dr. Hill. You'll be thrilled. If you've been in a wreck, now you can't turn your neck. Can Dr. Hill come up with a plan? Hill, yeah, she can. Hill Chiropractic, changing lives, one spine at a time.
Welcome back to Rooted and Radiant. I am Sarah Stagg of the Ashley News Observer and Long Dog Yoga and Wellness. This is Jessica Parker of Heaven Bound Earth Sun Skincare and Life Coaching. Now, when we went to break, we were talking about gut health. This is all about gut health. And you mentioned that you have a gut health class.
Yes.
And you start a week before with your client friends on opening their colon and getting it to go. And that's where we were. And I want to back up just a little bit and ask, what are those symptoms that are going on in the gut that we need to we really need to tune into, listen to, and try to fix them before it gets way out of hand? What are some of those things that we need to...
Sugar cravings. And I know that is something we love to just say, I have a sweet tooth. So the way that I like to describe this is, if you don't make a home for parasites and bacteria to live in, they don't like to hang around as much. But when they're there, especially Candida, which most people have Candida, and the detox class that I have, this is going to give you a way of getting rid of those bacteria, a way to eat, to establish that gut health, and then, but you're going to continue to use that program over and over throughout your lifetime, because we're going to get, those bacteria are going to grow again.
Yes.
We just learn to eat better to keep them as a minimum. So sugar cravings. Candida loves sugar. That's yeast. And that even goes into feminine health. If you have a lot of that, I always say check your tongue. Ask ladies, do you have a lot of whiteness on your tongue? And normally, if we're having sugar cravings, we have a overgrowth of Candida in the belly. We have that white tongue, and normally very easily yeast infections, BV. So this is your gut health controls so much. Are you sluggish? Do you wake up not having any energy? Another big thing to pay attention to, are you waking up starving? Are you waking up just so hungry? But that also goes back to, how are you fueling your body?
Yes.
And if you're fueling your body with more of those whole foods, you're actually not you're creating what we call an alkaline state. Now our body cannot be completely alkaline, or else we wouldn't be here to watch this podcast.
Right.
But it needs to be more alkaline versus acidic. And those cravings are my number one thing, the sluggishness, the skin issues.
So acidic, what causes an acidic body? What puts us in an acidic state?
So that is where we go into processed foods. We're eating more sugars. We're eating, caffeine is really...
So it's about what you're taking in.
All the way.
And I like to say, and I know you've heard me say it, don't feed your face, fuel your body. And if you think about it, if it looks really good, like a big chocolate cake that looks good, and you eat it, you're feeding your face.
Yes.
Because it looked good, but the things it does to your body, we don't ever say, man, that feels good in my esophagus, or, ooh, that feels good in my tummy. I mean, it does. We don't say things like that, but we will say that looks good or it tastes good, and that's feeding your face.
Yes.
Not to say that foods that are good for you don't taste good, because they do. Once you can, if you're like me, once you can get most of the processed foods out of your diet, your taste buds are different.
Oh, absolutely.
You detox your taste buds.
Yes, once you're not addicted to the processed food, it all tastes like the poison it is.
Exactly.
And that is so true. Even my daughter, and this is something I will admit as a mother, because I'm sure there's other moms out here who've done this, I wasn't always knowledgeable on what I'm knowledgeable on now. Actually, being a wound care nurse, and then slowly moving through how our body heals, me having my own health issues, really is where I sought this knowledge. So young Jessica, who was raising a young child, did not raise her kid this way. So my child is not a holistic child. So I'm noticing, though, the more I keep the processed foods out of the house, the more she tries whole foods, and the more she wants whole foods.
Yeah.
And so that's something is absolutely correct. I can't eat processed foods, and not that I can't eat them because,
right.
They don't, I can taste the artificial sweetener in it now.
Yeah.
And so it's really detoxing your entire body, and you don't want to go back. because you taste the difference
Right.
in fake and whole.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Yeah. So one of the questions I get asked a lot when I'm out and about, and women will come and we'll start to have this conversation, and I will say something about your parasite cleanse. I bet you every single one of them ask, if I do that, am I going to see anything? So what do you, when women, like, they're more concerned with seeing the parasites out of their body than the fact that they're in there already and living and eating and partying, and that's disgusting. So how do you coach them through that?
So it's funny, I had somebody ask me that yesterday.
Every time.
Yes, it's a daily conversation, and it is the most honest answer is, you may. And it really just depends on what you have inside of you.
Yeah.
And how and this is why I do what I call an easy cleanse. We start with detoxing and getting rid of the bacteria. So that way, everything that you put in your body is true nutrients. I go through different foods that are, so as you expel whatever is in there, most of them are microscopic, most of it is bacteria. So you may not see anything.
Right.
Ladies love to send me pictures when they do. So you can.
Yay, you.
Yeah, they're always like, is this normal?
Don't send me pictures.
I know, like,
I wasn't a nurse, and I can't do that.
wound care prepared me for parasite cleanses. Because, okay, so the wound care company I work for, we used maggot therapy.
Wow.
And I don't think if I would not have done maggot therapy, I would have ever been able to look at parasite detox pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they go hand in hand. I mean, there's still sometimes I'm like, that's definitely what you sent. That would be a parasite. So, but a lot of times you're going to see mucus.
Yeah.
You're going to see, oh, that kind of looks different. So, even with your urine, you may see a little bit of mucus in it. You may see some cloudiness, some just little tiny white specks. That could just be candida. So I have ladies that never see nothing. They just have a better feeling. We probably killed a lot of microscopic things and bacteria. I have ladies that have seen, my daughter, okay, oh gosh. All right, she's been embarrassed by me enough, so I'm going to say it. So this was when she was 9 years old. We went to, my kid's been being worms since she was 4. So at 9 years old, we go to a parasite cleanse, and she passed roundworms, which looks like rice. And she come running in there, and she was like, what is this? So roundworms is the most common thing that I have, and normally it looks like rice. That's what we're going to see. I have only ever seen 2, like, things that made me go, ooh! And those are tapeworms. And so, and I've only ever seen 2.
And the thing is, this is going on in our bodies, and it's wreaking havoc. And whether we want to talk about it, whether we want to admit it, it's happening, and we might as well put our big girl pants on and learn about it, understand it, and attack it. Make a plan and attack it. Now, when someone comes to you, and I am one of your client friends, your regimen has corrected so much that was happening in my body. There's no way, with the time I have left on earth, that I could ever thank you for just guiding me through it. But we talked about, before we did this podcast, how do we talk about the class without giving out the regimen? And we're not gatekeepers. We don't want you to
Not at all.
give us the money for the class so you can get the information. We want to we want everyone to feel as good as the Creator designed them to feel. So in keeping with that, we can't just give you the regimen and without meeting you, talking to you, doing the wellness wheel with you, seeing where you're at, because every individual is an individual case.
Yes.
So we can't just throw out a product and blanket you with, here you go, good luck. So that's why we're not, here, take notes, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do, but I can tell you that it works. And the things that we use, that she uses, are things that you find in the grocery store aisle. Cloves, oil of oregano,
And I have so many people, the cloves, the first thing is, I'm not swallowing that whole. And I tell you, if you can swallow a piece of toasted crust, if you can swallow a chip, a pretzel, you can swallow a clove.
Absolutely.
It is the same. That I have never had anyone that has actually done it have any type of issue. I know it looks intimidating. And I can understand that
It's
because
spiky.
yes, the first time I picked one up and thought I'm gonna eat this, I thought the same thing. And I'm like we've both said, I'm a sticks and leaves girl. I'm an earthy eater. But if you can eat spinach, you can swallow a clove.
Right.
Really, the stem on the spinach is no more harder than the clove. So I will say that about the clove, because I'm sure there's a lot of people going to be like, that is insane.
Same thing with the oil of oregano. And you warned me, you said it's rough. And I did what I was supposed to do with it in the water, and it was rough. And so the way I coached myself with it, just a little backstory on me, during what I call my past life, I was a bartender, and that's a whole lifestyle in itself. It's not a very healthy lifestyle, but it is a whole lifestyle in itself. And I could shoot whiskey all night long.
Yes.
And so I told myself, for this oil of oregano, I can take 3 shots. 3 shots is what I take it in. And I can do 3 shots of that, surely, if I could do shot after shot after shot as a bartender of whiskey that was doing nothing good for my body. Nothing good at all. Nothing good. So there are ways to get around the little things that your mind is going to tell you, like, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. It is mindset. It's mindset. It's perspective.
Self-control. So I'm big on the fruits of the spirit. And it's how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
And I know I love successful clients. So that is why I'm upfront and open. This oil of oregano is not going to taste good. The wormwood, it's not really going to taste that good.
Right.
And so I tell you that up front because I hear so many people say, ugh, I can't do, okay, what is that? They're so worried about the taste. And the thing is, like you said, if in my head, I have done so much worse for so much worse. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
right.
Not for the better of me.
And this is for your vessel. This is for what God gave you, for Him to move through and do work on His earth, you know.
Yes.
So it's worth it. You are worth it. So I would say just do it. Just get started.
Absolutely.
And if you need some guidance on that, maybe you're not just all in, ready to do a gut health class, but you want to talk, you can call Jessica at 318-381-1167.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I am 870-500-0303. You call us, you text us anytime. We're going to have a conversation with you, and we're just going to be open and honest and non-judgmental, because that's what we need. That's what we sisters need.
Absolutely.
Conversations and knowledge, awareness, and
I also, like, I have a lady that just messaged me the other day, and she's pregnant, and she's having some skin issues, and she felt like it was gut related. And she was like, okay, I know I don't need to do this detox pregnant. Absolutely not. No, you don't. We're just worried about nutrition. And so I literally coached her in a small way, you know, and I was like, let's just work on your nutrition habits right now. And come to me once you have had this beautiful gift. And we'll get you set back up after you get done breastfeeding and all that, you know. Come and then let's do that. So if you have questions, you don't have to just say, I've got to give her money to talk to her.
no, absolutely not.
That's not what it's about.
No.
Like the gut health may not be something you need to start with.
Right.
I have a hormonal class that I teach people. So maybe you're great on your gut health, but maybe we need to work on your hormonal balances. Now those are one-on-one; those are not group. And I only do 6 women a month on those. With our gut health, I take in 20 a month, and like I said, and it's not just about the money, it's about the wellness. And I always tell everyone, you will only be a detox customer once. Because you have the information.
That's right. You've got the tools, and there's that lifestyle. You can do it. consistently for the rest of your life and feel as good as the Creator designed you to feel. I cannot say that enough. It's possible.
And
So-
I will say, most of the time, you ask about the parasites. Most of the time, people that continue the regimen every 3 months, their second to third round is when I get the pictures.
Yeah.
And that's because they have actually started the nutrition.
Yeah.
And so the healthier they have made their vessel become by ingredient shopping, by paying attention to whole foods, the more
effective.
effective,
The more
yes,
effective the
is-
regimen is.
is going to be throughout those months. So I will
Absolutely.
add that.
Gut health, it's a big deal. Tune into it. So we are going to wrap it up. Thank you to Dr. Hill of Hill Chiropractic Clinic for making this podcast possible. This is Rooted and Radiant, and I will leave you with this thought. If you will live rooted and not rushed and choose intention over urgency, you will be radiant.
You've been watching Rooted and Radiant, an original presentation of the Ashley News Observer. Rooted and Radiant. To be a participating sponsor of this podcast or any other podcast, contact Sarah Stagg at the Ashley News Observer.